The race this year?
Oh, I mean, I can't say enough about key sailing. We've already covered that before, but just really want to mention them again. You know, this, especially for me, being on the trap most of the time, without what key sailing brought us at the Islander Resort at the start of the race, it would have been a lot more uncomfortable for me, and I probably would have ended up swimming, because they brought us all the equipment to, you know, improve and replace all the trapeze lines, and also the whatever the technical term for the hooks on the end of them are. You know, all of that gear is new, brought directly to our boat. So key sailing's, you know, can't say enough about it. NACRA, I mean, you know, what can you say? They make fantastic boats. You know, almost everyone out here is a NACRA. There's only a couple that aren't. ACR, it's a great company. I've used their product for many years on various adventure races.
You can't do this race without an EPIRB. ACR is standard. If you get in trouble and you're out in the ocean, you want to push that button and you want to get rescued, right? And that's what ACR does best. So we're super excited that they're sponsoring us. We've been using their stuff for years. And,
Sailing gear with Zyke.
Yeah, Larry may know more about some of the other sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Zyke, it's pronounced like Mike. Obviously, I personally know Mike, but they've been incredible. First of all, they make, the thing is, you look at Mike from Zyke, he's a competitive F-18 racer, he's a competitive ACAT racer, he knows sailing, he knows exactly the conditions we're having. And his goal, because his original company made ropes and lines, his goal in going into clothing was, you know, what's wrong with all the stuff that's already out there? How can I make a better line of gear? And I mean, a lot of people say that, but if your sport is sailing and the guy's already a super competitive, top-notch sailor, and he's a great designer, and he goes out and makes incredible clothes that to do all the things that they didn't do before, it's going to be a win. So, you know, Mike started small, and then he went out and started pitching the America's Cup boats, and he got a lot of those contracts, and that his business has exploded. But and each year they add more to it. So, you know, absolutely. Anytime I can get a piece of Zyke gear, I'm super excited.
The third year for Wave Surf Shops too.
Yeah. No. Just to be honest, we love that Wave sponsors us each year, and I've been down there in Tybee Island, Georgia. But I think as the race, we owe it to come back to Tybee, so and make it Waves to Waves. But you know, it's a great surf shop. But I haven't been there since 2010 when we went there. West Marine, you know, obviously has everything you ever need, so that's an incredible place. Harkin makes all the gear on the boats. I really haven't had a failure in a Harkin piece that I can think of, except for on the Traveler, that little metal thing, which is a piece of metal that's gone a few times. But basically, they make all the blocks and various parts on the boat. Incredibly solid company. The Ocean Deck Lounge has special significance. We always go and hang out there. That's an awesome place to go have a dinner and some drinks. We got there. The Islander, of course, where we start each year. That's probably the best place in the world to have a catamaran regatta, any regatta. I mean, the resort's amazing, the restaurant's great, the pools are great. They have this big round hot tub. I'm a hot tub connoisseur, and the Islander, I think is definitely one of the top 2 or 3 hot tubs out there. You can't get a better place to stay, and especially have a race than there. Islander Water Sports, you know, I need to also talk about. I've done many trips through there, you know, from snorkeling to renting Hobie Wave. I've rented a wave from them and done it in a multi-day race. I took my little boy down there and we rented a wave for a weekend regatta. So even if you don't have a sailboat and you want to get into the sport, you can go down to the Islander, get into a regatta that's going on there, and go to Islander Water Sports and rent a catamaran. What could be better than that? They have boogie boards and paddle boards, and then they even rent boats if you want to go out and fish. So super awesome staff there. Beach Cats is a great website for beach, but I want to save the best for last. talk about Nixon watches and DePaula jewelers. Lori's got a lot of experience there. Maybe you can tell me about your first trip to DePaula.
DePaula? I've never been to DePaula. I've never been married. So the guy that's been married twice might be able to answer that question better than me. But
actually, I don't wear a watch either, but and I've only bought a wedding ring, but I get those charms. But I will tell you that having looked at the Nixon watches now, I want one. I absolutely want one. They are amazing looking. Can we be honest? We don't know where DePaula Jewelers is. Where is DePaula Jewelers?
DePaula Jewelers is in Isla Mirada, and they partnered with Nixon to bring the watches.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
DePaula Jewelers and Nixon watches. And the watches do look really neat. Even though one of them looks like only like Puff Daddy could get away with wearing it. But or whatever he calls himself now, P Diddy.
Yeah, if we could get P Diddy on an inner 20 in a race, wearing a Nixon watch, then you would have. I think you have the sponsorship pitch. But I mean, thank you all for enabling the interview and our experience, and thanks to the race committee and Warren and Chuck and Dennis and Craig and Lisa for 3 years in a row now putting on an event. This is it. There's 2 distance races in America, the Great Texas and here. There's no real equivalent to this anywhere else in the world.
Would you encourage people from all over the world to come?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to spend about a month in Germany at some point in the next couple months, and I will certainly talk it up. I've already talked with the Dutch guys. I'm going to go over and sail with them a little bit, but certainly going to try to get some Germans to come next year.
They've got a great German boat over there, the Carbon 20, made in Germany, called the Eagle 20. See if you can talk to them.
Yeah, I'm going to try to